Fear. I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, great fear is about to grip America. Extreme fear, unrelenting fear, unimaginable fear, and it will not subside. It will not desist. It will not dissolve. It's going to grip America by the throat, and it's going to squeeze, squeeze, squeeze until this last breath. Fear. Men's hearts will be failing for fear those things coming upon America and Europe, particularly America, because the powers of heaven shaken means America exposed as a bully with fake power. And what you think will happen next? Great fear. 1 second, brothers and sisters. Let me check something. Just give me a moment. Okay. Just make a slight adjustment. Okay, that's good. Okay, brothers and sisters, I'm going to follow up on what I talked about yesterday with a few more additional things. Because actually we're at war right now, brothers and sisters. And that's part of the war strategy to keep you from realizing you're at war. If someone attack your family, right, and then put your family in the basement, kept it for years, right? Well, would you consider you still under attack? Okay. See, they brought us over here. We didn't ask to come here. They forced us to come here. And they beat us and tortured us and terrorized us. I mean, that means they declared war on us approximately 45 years ago. They declared war on our nation. You understand that? So are we still at war? We still here? We still under authority? We didn't ask for this. Oh, well, because we was, okay, like I said, if you take somebody's kid, attack your family, put them in the basement, then you have children, you live 20, 30 years, right? So children, they born here, that means they're part of the family that brought them there? No. We're still at war. We're still at war. As long as there's one warrior standing, we're still at war. And there's a warrior standing, you're looking at them. We're still at war. Now, you got collaborators. I talked about this the other day. You got collaborators. Well, they're going to be lost. You got traitors. They're going to be lost too. Collaborators, traitors. Like over in the dead body of Nation of Islam. Nation of Islam is a dead body. It's not alive. Farrakhan killed it. If you understand the angel key, it tells you they're death. They're dead. There's a lot of traitors and collaborators there. I ain't talking about the demons. Then you got infiltrators. So we got all of that. Right? And traitors and collaborators, that means they're working for the devil. That means they're going to represent, they along with the demons, they represent the devil's case. And so that's all you see in the media. TV, whatever. In fact, I just thought about it. I wanted to play this tape with this well-known personality. Is saying that. He's saying that the whole total media is totally controlled. And you should know that by now, because the way they, but you don't know because, right? You've been what's the word they use? Pacified? What's pacified? That means you take and you like a lion, you can pacify them by feeding them and everything. So, because usually they're only dangerous when they're hungry. So you keep them well fed and everything else, right? Then you probably don't have to worry about them. You probably can walk around them. You see people training, they right there with the lions, because the lions are pacified. It's like your dog in your house. If you got one, he's pacified. You stop feeding them, you find out what happens. Then you're gonna find the wolf. The wolf comes out, because that's what they are. They're just as dangerous as wolves. They're still at war. The war has moved to the mental level now. See? I mean, it's been the mental all the time, but that was part of everything else, right? But now they're losing control of you, so now that's what's left. Mentally, American dream, false Israel. Don't listen to that Measure the Covenant guy, Farrakhan. See? Keep you under control. And if that fails, they'll put you down. See, when a dog bites you, put him down. You might love a dog, you put him down once he bites you, you can't keep that dog anymore, because he's not going to stop biting. Same thing with a lion. They said once a lion bites you, you taste human flesh, you got to kill him. Got to kill him. And that's their last. That's their fallback position. Well, and they mention another thing in that regards. The scripture says, "Could a nation be born in a day?" See, I have to explain these things because I gotta stop doing that, because I just, like Mr. Eustace Shaw used to say, he used to be the one that stood the minister at number 2 where that fake, stupid idiot Ishmael is. But he was the leader. He was the one that represented the mosque. Mr. Eustace Shaw used to always say, when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. And I keep assuming people just, I don't have to go out and spell everything A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But apparently I do. So it says, when they be born today, if you understand your key, it don't mean that you were birthed in a day, because everybody's birthed in a day, right? Everybody got a birthday, not a birth week, or a birth 2 days. Everybody's got a birthday. So that's not what we're talking about. It says, whoever heard such a thing, we're talking about, right? It says, as soon as she conceived, she bore. The point is that the conception and the birth be in the same day. If you understand, Angel, can you understand that? Because as soon as they attack us, that's the pregnancy, and then that's what it's talking about. Because it doesn't say we're pregnant right now. It doesn't say that. I hear some people talking, they kind of insinuate that. That's not what it's saying. See, that's not what Angel's saying in that context. So let me straighten that out. Okay, let me move on, and I got quite a few things I want to talk about. I know that was almost 3 hours last night. Don't intend to repeat that. Okay. Okay, Matrix. I'm not talking about the movie. See, a matrix is a complex mathematical structure. And people use it different ways. It's many different ways, right? But it's a mathematical, and bottom line, it's a complex mathematical structure. And it could be, theirs are very simple. They're very, basically two-dimensional. I think they may have a three-dimensional representation, I'm not sure. Right? I think, but it can be very multi-dimensional. It can be very complicated. Matrices. Very complicated. See? And so, the angel, we're talking in terms of matrices, right? The angel's a matrix. See, all the pieces fit together a certain way. But you got to understand how the equation to make the connections. That's the problem. So you got this table, got all these things here, but how do you connect? How do they connect to each other? So they all related to each other, but you got to figure out how they are related to each other. That's one of the problems of matrix. You got all these different things, and you say, they're all related, but how? It's like you had a matrix where it says 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. You say, oh man, look at all these numbers. How are they connected? And then you say, oh, the equation is, right, the even numbers in sequence. So that's the connection. But it's more complicated than that. See, there's a formula in there, and every time you put something in there, a number come out, but you don't know the formula to connect them. And the formula is very complicated. And that's what angel is. So it's all mathematics. And see, the devils, they know the angel is right. How do they know it's right? Because they tried to apply their computers, and their computers just can't connect the connection. You know, in calculus, you have an integral. Integral derivative is easy. See, derivatives are easy, but integrals are opposite, and it's they can be very complicated, and the human brain cannot solve them. And when the computers came along, they was able to solve them by brute force, because they would calculate every possibility, maybe trillions of possibilities, and they say, well, this can't be, this can't be, and brute force can isolate down to what possibilities can remain. So anybody solve it, right? They solve the equation. They said, okay, let's find what it is. It's like find a needle in a haystack. They say, well, it can't be this, it can't be this, it can't be this. So it's by brute force. See? And so, but they can't find anything. Nothing, no computer can, that's it, no one in heavens, earth, on earth could do it. Say no. If a computer did this, it had to be a computer way beyond anything they can even comprehend, way beyond. Because they see this stuff fits. And the way you're going into, they didn't see it before. But now I'm saying based on the information I'm getting, they say, yes, it still fits, like that fits. But what's the connection? I mean, what's the math, the formula puts together? And so that's how they recognize Suleiman also. Because he came with the formula, broke the seals. So they got those two things right there, they know. know he is, and the angel is. They know they can't touch either one. They can't. He got the formula. They can't figure out the formula. That's how you know, right? There had to be a superior mind, because both are minds. Both are minds. The mind of the Lamb, right? Unlocking the angel, which is the mind of the season, coming directly from the mind of the originator. I told you, I explained the other day, that the scripture, that computer, is the mind of the original being. And said, we are the original being. The original being will be here forever, but we're the brain cells of them. The original being is not in the form it was trillions of years ago. This is the form it takes. That's what Allah is. He comprehends all vision, but vision comprehends not. So we are. And what will happen once we able to tune in and we connect, our brains connect again? Who is that? What is that? Who's that? Because the originator is always here, but we don't pray to him because we are it. We're the brain cells, right? The body cells are the animals and trees and all that kind of stuff. That's the body cells, but we're the brain cells. And now we're about to connect again, back up. Once we tune in, now we connect it all back together. So raise our consciousness. It's like the originator's asleep because because when you asleep, right, all your brain cells are active. It's just that they ain't connected, right? Because you lost consciousness. They ain't connected. They are active, but you're not conscious because they're all. I may be taking this too far to you, bosses. You might get you confused. Because when you're asleep, all your brain cells are active. That's why you be dreaming all that kind of stuff, but they're not connected. Then when you wake up, you connect with all of them. So now you're conscious. That's why you don't feel anything and everything. They put you to sleep, right? When they take operation and everything else. Because you're not connected to all your cells anymore, your body cells, anything. You lose connection with them. But once, boom, all of a sudden, now you're one body. So we are the original being. See? We are the original being. And that's that computer. That's the mind originator. That computer, which generates all the minds for each one of us as we move down through time. Or up through time, however you look at it. You understand that? Or maybe though, maybe so, maybe not. So the thing is that the devils, they know this is way beyond anything they can produce. And they know it had to be a mind greater than any mind they have that could unlock that mind. I mean, it had to be a superior brain, right, that could upload that mind. Because remember, Lamb didn't have the mind at first. Did you consider that? He didn't start out with an angel mind. He was dead like everyone else. And then he went and got the book and turned it. So he went and activated. No one did it for him. No one did it for him. He went and did it on his own. No God, nobody came, no master Abraham came and talked to him. Because no one's able to do it. Melchizedek, priest forever. He went in and said, okay, and got his mind. Angel mind. He had the brain to do it. So they know whoever has a superior Because the angel is a matrix. And it's more complicated than anything. Their computers can't touch it, not even close. They run through, they say, oh, we can't figure the connections. We see the connections, we can't figure how they connect. What's the formula? So it'll take somebody with a superior mind, superior intellect, superior brain, to get the key that tells them, you know, I don't know if this is making any sense to you or not, brothers and sisters. That's why I say Suleiman is the wisest man ever lived. And that's the world you're gonna be if you survive into the hereafter, and you upload the angel. That's the world that you're gonna be living in. A world that's more complicated than anything you can imagine here. That's why it says no heart. I forget how they say it, right? No heart can imagine, no brain, whatever. You can't have no imagination. But first you gotta qualify. So like I said, the angels so because they're amazed how it explains stuff, how it connects. And it fits perfectly, but damn, what's the formula that connects it? They said, damn, they said, well, if that person did it, that means their mind has to be so superior enough to figure that connection. That means they deal with, you know how they talk about that plane, man, oh, wow, we can't understand it. It's like way beyond, the same thing, angel. They can't get it. Wow, that's way beyond. They try their computers and stuff. The computers like just grind to a stop. They can't touch it. But they know it's mathematical. That's part of the reason why they can't. If it wasn't mathematical, the computer could detect that too. It's way beyond. See? So they can see, but what's the math behind it? We see all these numbers, but what's connect them? We see all these things in the angel. What's connected? And we can't find anybody that can do it. Yet he's doing it. That's the danger. I said, we're at war. So you know they're dealing with not just superior intellect, but something way beyond their comprehension. Way beyond their comprehension, way beyond it. Okay. That's what I'm talking about, the angel. And the point is that's why you had to be raised. Am I going to say this? You had to be raised to gods to get it. You see how this stuff connects up? That's why you had to be raised. Angels couldn't do it. He tell you in the thing. It tells you right there. It said when he told Adam, he said angels. He told Adam, tell angels the names. That's what you're talking about. So I know what you do not. So angels you couldn't do it down the level. Because it's gonna make all things new. Not bring back old things, all things new. So you have to be raised to a God level to deal with that. Because that's the new work. Because that's the world that he's bringing. And the point is, and it says not even the God could do it. Because he had to do it and then give it to the God. And it had to be a perfect kingdom. Because it's going to last forever. Perfect. No flaws in it. If it is, you have to live in that kingdom you have to live in that flawed kingdom that's going to last forever. I already explained how this stuff come together. Because all you do, if you make it, all you do is upgrade yourself, regenerate. Because you last forever too. So it has to be perfect. Otherwise, you got flaws in there. Then how those flaws going to show up? So it was trust only to Melchizedek, and then he passed, give it to the God. If you read the story about Solomon and David, Suleiman was David's son. So he said, well, remember when they talking about the Father and the Son, we're talking about David and Solomon. When they talking about Jesus, and who's Jesus? Jesus is Solomon. And his father, when they talking about the Father, his father is David. See, you don't understand these things. See? So it said, nobody know that led then out but the Father only, Master Fra Muhammad. Not even the Son, not even Suleiman. Can't be assuming. I'm assuming too much stuff. But David was not allowed to build a temple. The temple is where all the knowledge and everything is. It didn't say, David was the wise. His son was the wisest man ever lived. And David wasn't allowed to build a temple. Suleiman did it. He was the one that built the kingdom. He was the one that built the temple. But David was king over it. It's right there in the story. It's right there. I'm connecting more stuff and revealing more stuff as time, because some of the stuff I'm doing right now, because it's timely, some of it is hoping to throw some of you out, because this stuff can hit you like a freight train. Because some of it right hitting you like a freight train now, because you never saw any of this kind of stuff. Like somebody asked me, what does the originator look like, the original being? I said, well, you're looking at him. It says, Allah is to comprehends all vision, but vision comprehends him not. So you can't see him, right? Because, in other words, if Allah is he who comprehends all vision, but vision comprehends him not. That means all vision, we the vision. So if he, all of us, all of our vision is that being's vision. If he's all of us, if we the brain cells, then everything we see individually, that individual sees it all, because all the eyes are that being's eyes. And that would be the case once we connect. And I shouldn't be talking about this really, because that, I can see somebody taking this the whole way out in space somewhere. Because so who's that being? But it says Allah is he who comprehends all vision. So individually we can't see the whole thing. But that brain, we all brain cells, so that brain cell, we all eyes, that brain cell, that brain, we all brain cells, so we see everything, that brain sees everything that we see individually, all together at once. Wow, what is that? So I said, well, if you want, well, kid, but yeah, well, is there any kind of way to, yeah, you want to see what the first being looked like? Look at the sun. Can you see that? Visually, that's what back at 73 years ago, that's what the first original being looked like. Look at the sun. Can you look at it? That's what it looked like. I ain't say he. That's what that being looked like. I'll leave that alone. But now, this is the form the being takes. And we eventually come back together, and the being will be back its original form again. See, I didn't ask you to do this. I don't even want to do it, to tell you the truth. Had to be done. Had to be done. I think I had enough comment on that and then move on. Make sure I. See what I said about that one. Okay, yeah. But I gotta live in that world too. We're immortal. We're mortal beings. Okay? We're not going to some heaven place out. No, I mean, we're gonna inhabit the universe. It says the garden is wide. Think about that one. It says garden is wide as heaven. That means the whole heavens is our garden. So if you look at that from the Sunni point of view, because they said this heaven is someplace, well, the heaven is part of our garden. It's in the heavens, ain't it? See, that stuff falls apart when you ask questions. It says garden is wide as the heavens and earth. That means the heavens and earth are our garden. Our garden. That means everything is our garden. The whole universe is our garden. So if there's some super heaven where some God with, that's part of our garden, so we can go there. See, that stuff don't make any sense when you think about it. But that matrix, and that's you have to step up to. And let me point out something to you. See, I get comments and things, you know. Like someone suggested, right? How come you ain't bring a lot of people around? I said, well, look, I don't want anybody around me unless they got to be, this mess has to be 100%. Well, man, yeah, but no, because the Quran said they want the prophet to be pliant. No, this mess has to be perfect. See, you take Prophet Muhammad, for instance, right? Now, see, they knew, the educated people and everything else, they knew that he had to be getting this message from God, the Quran. Because the Quran, I don't know Arabic. I'm here now, learned it back and forth over the years, and I can't talk to anybody about it, so it evaporates. So I just gave up and said, well, I'll wait till we get home, and that's the only language we speak. And because I've studied it, and I spoke it to some degree here and there. But you got to keep up, and I never find anybody who, you know. And the Arabs come over here, they talk you a little bit, and then after a while, you know, they disappear. So you keep it going. And I said, well, I could, there's ways to do it, get online, but I got to get this message out, so I don't have time for that. But the Arabic, and the way I understand it, and I searched it and everything else, Arabic is perfect Arabic. I mean, it's the grammar, everything is perfect. And so they know that he couldn't do it because first he couldn't read and write. He didn't speak Arabic. I mean, everything. So it couldn't have been him because it's perfect. There's no errors. That would say bring a verse lacking. They can't do it because it's perfect. I mean, it's beautiful. And you know, the Houthis over there, they say that they're the only ones that speak Quranic Arabic, that really speak the Arabic as in the Quran or very close to it. They say the only one. Not even Saudi Arabia. They close. But it says the Houthi, they speak it almost perfect, like in the Quran, Arabic, Quranic Arabic. Because everybody wants to speak, they got slang, Syrian. I mean, I was studying Syrian, I got pretty good in it. And then somebody came and told me, man, that's wrong. So that's dialect. That's why I really got angry. They got the company I got it for didn't tell me that. Because he couldn't understand what I was saying. He said, well, that's Syrian Arabic. I said, what's wrong with it? Well, it's dialect. It's like, you know, and it says that's not normal Arabic, you know, and he couldn't. He was from Arabia, and he said he couldn't understand. He said he had a hard time trying to understand what I was saying. It wasn't because of my dialect and everything. It's because the word structure and everything else was different. So I spent a lot of time studying that. I spent a year or so. I was getting pretty good at it, and so I said, okay, right. So that's why I knew that wasn't from him. Because there's no way he could have done that. And no one over in Arabia could have done it anyway. Even the scholars and the linguists and everything, they couldn't, because it was perfect. And they said, whew. That's why the Quran says, just bring one verse like it, because they challenge you. You can't. But you will. But you're going to speak it even better than that, because you're going to speak it with the total mathematic. Because you're going to have to start, I tell people you got to start, but you don't want to learn math. You don't want to upload the whole angel. You don't want to speak, you know. Part of this, first you have to You have to be, when I say it, your mind, it's your mind. It's okay, you got a computer, you don't upload this, you don't upload the operating system, then you wonder why the computer's not working? You gotta upload the operating system. You can half-fast operate, you gotta upload the whole damn thing. Sometimes they come and ask you, you ready to set it up? Okay, you gotta go through that process too. You know, you get it and they come back and say, well, you ready to set it up? Or you remind me later. I'm guilty of that, right? And then it's not working like you wanted to work, and they said, well, how come? Because it told you, you haven't finished setting it up yet. Set the whole thing up. It's a little piece up now. Well, if you don't have an angel mind, you still got a devil's mind. And you memorize an angel because you don't have an angel mind yet. You don't have it. So therefore you make mistakes because when you say something, you cross-reference against the devil mind, seal Bible mind. That's when you cross-reference. So that's why you make mistakes. Because when I say something, I cross-reference against the angel mind, angel. Okay? And I bring the whole angel mind. What's the whole angel mind? The entire angel mind, right? The entire angel mind is when you unlock all the scriptures. And I haven't done that. I told everybody I haven't done that. George, do this. I'll come to the conclusion. I know that every scripture says the same thing, so I'm safe in that category because I know all the scriptures. Every time I do it, that never fails. Every scripture says the same things from different perspectives, so I don't have a problem with that, right? But lately, I've been going in and finding those scriptures and unlocking it, and it still holds true. It says everything is just from different perspective, right? And so if someone asks me something that I don't have a thorough, complete understanding, I say, wait a minute. First, I get back to you, or I tell them, you got to explain to me exactly what you asked of me so I can give you an exact answer. I can't give you a half-assed answer. You know, so therefore, you don't have, how can you come with the right answer when you don't have the whole spectrum? You have to upload the whole matrix. You don't got a part of it. So therefore, you cross-reference, you make mistakes, big mistakes. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Mm-hmm. Okay. And if you don't like mathematics, you better go home right now. I ain't talking about back to Arabia. Okay? The devil taught you to hate mathematics because of the way he teach it. But you better get familiar with mathematics. I tell people they ain't studying it. This is, see, the problem is, our people look at this, the ones that look at all, and they think this easy. This ain't easy. You uploading the whole mind. You activating the whole mind. This is not easy. This is 30 plus years and work on my part. Most 30 years just getting more detail, but I got the intro, just getting, but every time you get in it get deeper and deeper and deeper. It's like gold mine, the more you keep me, what's more and what's deeper, and you're looking at it deeper and deeper and deeper. So I look, and then every time you break one level, and now there's another floor under that, another one under that. Because it's powerful, it's a matrix, and it's way beyond anything they can do. But it's a warning to you, that's what the new world's gonna be like. And so either you're gonna be an ape in that world, or you're gonna be a god or goddess. The angels, and what mean angels? How can be angels if angels are upgrading to gods? Who's the angels? Because you gotta upgrade to gods to get. See, this level of knowledge was available to the scientists, the gods, and the angels didn't have it. They just obeyed, they submitted. But now, we move into this, everybody has to move up to that level. Because the God is upgrading. Ooh, where did I go with that one? Right? Remember, the originator, we are the originator. Now we upgrade. See? So if you want to say the angels, okay, well, we won't be the angels, put it that away. We have servants. I mean, the animals, all of them, you might consider them angels, because remember, they all serve us. They all came out of us. So the bees serve us, the plants serve us, the whales serve us, because it has different functions, okay? They all came out of us. Let me move on, bro. So I think I feel like I'm kind of like beating around the bush here, but I don't think anybody's understanding anything I'm saying here. I really don't. Anyway, this matrix, right? It's giving you insight that the world is coming in. And they're losing control of it. Okay? And in fundamental ways. Because they want AI, but now they got to put restrictions. Oh, well, just like the Chinese, you can't talk about you ask Deep Seek about the Communist Party. Oh, we can't talk about that. Well, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? They got to, so, and same thing to those. Because if you put the information there and you say, okay, are you a wicked nation? The answer would have to be, yeah. You're a wicked nation. You robbed people, you stole this land, you killed people, you raped women, you brought them over here enslaved. Yeah, you're wicked. They can't have it saying that, because that's exactly what it would say. So I could put that, so they can't use it. See, this age is against them. This age is their destruction. They can't tell you that, but they can't back off. Because right? The spring is their destruction. This is a spring. The spring of destruction, right? And they can't control it. They can't control the winter anymore. They lose control of the winter because the spring is coming in. They're trying to hold on to the spring, try to keep it from coming in. Control it so they can survive into the spring. I don't know if that makes sense to you or not. See, that's what's going on. But they can't. Ice melts when the heat hits it. And that's what's going on right now. That's why they talk, whoa, AI war. Yeah, why is it war? Because, and they're being beat all around. And the thing is, see, people didn't notice this. And I kind of wish I could, because I haven't been able to do it. But maybe some of you hotshot out there. In the 60s, went into the 70s, when they started bringing computers into the industry, because before that, only the military had it. And so it has a thing called SIC codes, Standard Industrial Codes, SIC, Standard Industrial Codes, which you have, if you work at all, there's one associated with your industry. Even if you're a prostitute out there. Well, I may not go that far, but maybe. If I don't know, do you register as a prostitute if you're a prostitute, because you got to pay taxes, right? No. I don't know. Anyway, you get the idea. So a new industry is coming online, which was the computer industry. So they say, okay, now the government, they say, okay, we got to go out and do a demographics to find out what part of our population is best suited. Because remember, the industry coming in, they don't have people to do it yet. So what's the best people, right, that will be suited for that industry? And the answer that came back was black people, original people. That was a surprise. I tried to explain the other day about music and all that kind of stuff, but they connected music. They did. They said, somehow there's a connection between music and programming. And I explained it to the other day, what is connection. And I think you probably can go out there and get that analysis now. You probably can get it now. That probably analysis did. The program, you can't find out about that. Well, you might. I haven't been able to do it. But the analysis about, there's a connection between your music ability and programming. And that means, And everybody knows, the world knows our people are superior in music because our music is dominating the world. I don't care if you go to China, India, whatever. When they come out with their little pop stars and stuff, they duplicate what they see from rap stars and everything else. They might sound good and everything else, but look at the beat and everything. Where are they getting that from? They're getting that from our people. There's no Chinese beat out there that you know about. There's particularly Chinese or Indian. In fact, their music nobody hears anyway. You know, that's old music. Nobody play that stuff. Even this old European music, Bach and Beethoven, that was great. Nobody hear that stuff. Nobody hear that stuff. The music that you hear is their music, our music. It dominates the planet. So we're the most musical people. They said that. You said back straight, but they're musical people. And then the connection between, I explained some of the connection. There's more to it than I explained to you. But there's a connection between music and programming. And they say we, original black people, they say it's black people at the time, right? Because, you know, the demons got a little bit. And so Carter was president at the time, so he started a program. So, okay, we're going to train them then. Because we need people that's the best, right? So he went in, got with Urban League. Urban League was going to be the host of it, right? They was going to do the administrative part, right? And they got with IBM. IBM was going to supply the equipment and the teachers, the trainers. And the industry was going to agree that top 10 people that graduated this class, they would employ them. Remember, it's about 70 of them niggas out there, right? Especially in that field. And the program was like 3 months long, and they paid you. And I went to the program, so I'm not conjecturing. And I made sure I came out top in the class, top, very top. Because with a name like Raheem, I knew it was going to be an issue. Especially, you know, Elijah Muhammad had departed, right? I'm being Nation of Islam associated with that, right? I wasn't hiding it. But anyway, IBM reneged on it. They wouldn't take me. They're supposed to. I had first choice. I was top class. They wouldn't take me. But Montgomery Ward's did. Okay. So think about that. So that's telling. That means if you're the best, then this age belongs to you. This is your age. You don't want to bring this in. This is your age because you're the best at it, and that's the new age coming in. So how come you ain't doing it? How come you black folks ain't doing this stuff? And when Reagan came in, he shut the program down. Cold, bam, screeching halt. We don't want those niggas with that stuff because they'd be too powerful. We can't put them on TV like whores or pimps and bums and drug addicts. Can't do that anymore. Because these people, and you notice, have you noticed when they had these gangster movies and stuff like that there, they even did it with, well anyway, these gangster movies and stuff like that there, right? Where they have, they have these gang stuff and the black guy's in there, and the black guy's a computer programmer, and you pick that one up. Why? And they will show him as the villain. So that's to put that subliminal idea in black white folks' mind. If the black folks, they got men, they be hackers. You see, you don't even pay attention to this. Because always the black guy, he's the one who's running computers. And he's the one doing all the havoc and stuff. They plant these seeds and you don't want to pay attention to them, right? And so Reagan's shop shut down. He says, well, we got to do something. But the point is, the question is, how come he couldn't get his own people to do it? How come he couldn't get his own people to do it? Because they don't know good with it. And I work with them. I have my own business. I work with these devils, and they don't know shit. I'm getting a little off track here. I'm have to. There's 2 parts. I have to talk about a couple of things here. What they do is they don't know shit, right? What they do is that they'll take and do this all the time. They don't know how to do this stuff. They know how to do it. So if you had a supervisor that you knew about what you were more doing, the supervisor should know more about what you're doing than you do. That's the way it's supposed to work. The supervisor is supposed to know more about what you're doing than you do. But most 9% of the time, they don't know. All they do is tell you what to do. So that's what they do. They take us, okay, they know they can't do it, so they make them supervisors, and they stay over you and make sure you producing. They don't know how you doing it. They just got to make sure you producing. And they get paid more than you, and you know more than them, and you don't even realize it. See, I've been down that road many times with them. When I had my own business, right, IT, I ran circles around those guys. So that's why he asked the question, how come they don't teach their own people? You know, Steve Jobs wasn't a devil. Steve Jobs came from Syria. He was Syrian. Check it out. Don't take my word for it. The guy in charge of Google, right, he's come from India. How come their people can't do it? That's why they put the Indians in. At that time, you couldn't find an Indian in this country. You look around, he's like finding a needle in a haystack. You look out, you couldn't find one. Even in the movies, on TV, you couldn't find one. And they brought them in because their people can't do it. And you don't understand that. See? And so if that's their fallback position. Their fallback, give it to them. They don't want us to have it, because then we might figure out what's going on, and then plus we'll control the industry, because this will, they don't look at it that way, but the computer will be what control the whole society, and you control the computers. You have to add that, abstract that one together. Does that compute? That's the computers control the industry, control America, and you control the computers. How much is 2 plus 2? See, these are truths that you can easily check out. See, and they don't want you to start thinking. That's why I teach you backwards and everything else. I can teach you calcs in 5 minutes. You spend a whole semester or whatever, right? And you still understand it. I can show you exactly how it works and what the significance of it, how to use it in 5-10 minutes. And it won't cost you a dime. Because the way they teach is very complicated. Maybe because they don't know it any better themselves. Okay, let me move on, brothers and sisters. Right? But that's the new world. And you should be, that's the level you gotta be thinking on. Because when you upload that mind, then you can be in that mind. That's the way you're thinking, that's where you see everything. That's the way I do. I'm 100%. Everything I see is connected to that. I'm just in it and through it. That's how I see the world through the engine. I told you how I showed you about that thing a while back. I showed you a lens. So you see in the world through the sealed Bible lens. Because look, you have to have a mind. Your brain needs, like you need food, your brain needs information, just like your body needs food. It didn't say the man didn't have no mind. He had a double mind. You have to have a mind that's just where it is. So right now, you see in the world through the sealed Bible mind. If you ain't sealed to the angel mind, you seal to the sealed Bible mind, or you seal to the Hindu mind or the Buddhist mind, right? But you're not seeing through the angel mind. You're not seeing through the angel mind. So that means you still cling to the angel mind. You still cling to the sealed Bible mind. You still gravitational vortex. You still hung up, and that's going to kill you because this mind is dying. It's being destroyed. It's I don't know how to explain this. I mean, the mind, the new world is coming. The mind brings in a new world. The quality of it, the phases, we can't control that. But we control the quality of it, so we can survive it. So it's here's the mind you need for that season. We can't control summer, winter, but we get them. But you got to upload the mind for the spring. Otherwise, you got to upload the mind for the winter. You're not going to survive it. So if you're in the spring thinking we got a winter mind, how do you think that's going to work? How do you think you'll be successful? I just have to tell you like it is. Let's move on, brother and sister. I got a lot more, but I want to keep all those things, so maybe I'll follow up. Now see this right here? And the Spirit and bride are saying, be you coming, and the hearing let him say, be you coming, and the thirsting let him be coming. The willing let him take water of life, free gift. That means a free gift. You don't have to pay me anything. You got to pay Farrakhan. You got the sisters out there doing fundraisers. You got to pay Bennett, all these clowns. You have to pay me nothing because it's a free gift. Well, it's not really a free gift. It's a free gift in the sense that you already earned it. You went to the hard cost. You already paid the price for it. Now, what's the point of buying a suit and don't put the damn suit on? You already paid for the suit. You already paid for the angel mind. You got the brain for it now. You got the brain for it now. Other nations don't have the brain for it. That reminds me, I forgot something. Let me go. I forgot. Maybe I'll talk about that tomorrow. Kind of about that. So much things to talk about. You got the brain for it. Now, what you going to do with it? You got the brain for it. You went to the Holocaust. Other nations not. That means they're not going to survive the new world. They're not going to survive it. They can't. They're not going to be able to upload an angel. We said, what about Master Muhammad? He didn't go through it because he got another book. I told you, Sabar. He got a book that's going to deal with the new world on the technical side. I'm dealing on the spatial side. It's still mathematics, but you don't have that either. He's gone from 10. I said, the brain now, right? We divided, we took the brain, and now we got, just like we took the male and the female separated. So now the male is stronger than the original being, and the female is more beautiful. She's wise too. I'm not saying, because people think, oh man, she's beautiful, I mean she's dumb. No, she's wise too. She got brain cells too. It says equal, male and female. So get that straight. I heard somebody say something, I said, man, don't get me started. Oh, she's gonna be beautiful and stupid. See, that's when you don't cross-reference. See how I just cross-reference that back to how it says male and female? See, if you don't have that, you couldn't cross-reference, then how you gonna say what you gonna say? Oh, you couldn't answer it. You couldn't answer unless you was able to cross-reference back to when it says, in our image, male and female. See what I mean? That's a good point right there. If you don't have upload the whole thing, you may, so then they'd have you. Oh, you're gonna be, you're gonna separate, is she gonna be male or female? Is she gonna be 1 degree like the Quran says, or? Have to have all that below. Now, don't see me right here on the internet say, what did I say in Genesis? It's all here. And it's a cross-reference instant. Okay. So like we separate, so now we separate the spatial and the technical, analytical, so it makes the spatial more powerful if it was, and analytical more powerful. That's why you see two sides. That will is a technical marvel that they can't go beyond anything. That shows you right there. And say he's got the Zabar that nobody can understand, was difficult to understand. So that shows he's a technical marvel that matches up. See, we have to work together. Because what? We give him the kingdom, but he got to transfer us back. Right? The technical side with spatial side. Okay? So those, remember, they're his king, they're his people. They said they did rule with a rod of iron. So the Syrians and the Shia and everything, right? They don't come from the technical side, not from the, they're gonna bear witness to it, but they're not gonna understand it. And we're not gonna understand the technical. I can't build that will. So you got the The B, I see, I put this all together all the time. I explained this before a lot of times. So you got the B, and it is. We do the B, and then it is. You got the person coming to blueprint. That's the creator. We got the creative part. They got the engineering part. We say B, match from it, make it is. Let me move on. I don't know, brothers and sisters. This message is so heavy, and it's like, and it's much more than I'm even telling you. And I keep saying, how you going to? But that's what the scriptures say. Till the time come, that light's going to come on, activate. I don't see it now. But anyway, because I said, man, you can go from 0 to 90 in 1 second. How's that? That's what you say you could be doing. Because you got to, I ain't saying you got to come to my level, but you got to have a thorough, you got to have a thorough knowledge of something. That means you got to have this, the foundation of it, minimum. To get into this, you will not return. That means before you get back, you will not return. That's the Master Muhammad saying. That means when you go to tribulation, and you ain't going, right? That's when he takes you home. So I guess that's the final test right there. You ain't. Anyways, move on. I bear witness to everyone that hearing the words of the prophecy of this little book. This is if everyone should impose upon them, will impose the God upon the plagues have been written in a little book. This we're saying is if you go and start corrupting this, the bottom line is we're saying here. You mess with this, you misrepresent it, you anything. Mess with it, right? And you're gonna say you're gonna get those plagues, but is God imposed his plagues on you? No. Because this message is so powerful and so essential, and so profound that mess with this, like I said, everything opposite but equal reaction. So if you mess with the perfect, don't you get the imperfect? That was the consequence, right? So if you mess with something that's perfect and turn imperfect, I mean, you get the consequence that's going to, the worse you do, the worse going to come back at you. You see, fire coming on, they twisting this and everything else. They doing it themselves. They creating their own consequence. Ain't allowing no one else doing it to them. They do it to themselves. Because when you understand, when you're talking about allowing this sense, you're talking about consequence. So I said, if you mess with this, distort it, play around with it, whatever. You know, Elijah Muhammad, he wrote me a letter one time. He sent me, this one letter. This one letter, he said, do not play with Islam. Now, why would he say that? Because I was the last one to play Islam. I gave up my military career, went, deserted the army. I left, just walked away from Vietnam and everything else, looking for Elijah. So I wouldn't be one playing with it. I wasn't playing. I wouldn't play my life like that. I invested so much in the military, 4 years in the military, sergeant, and I was planning to be an officer. And when I read about Elijah, that was it. I walked away from all that, put myself in, I could have been put in Leavenworth for 10 years for walking away. So I said, what? So is he telling me that because that's the message passed on to other people? Because I don't play with it. See, I don't play with it. And so I tell people, that gets back to, I think I mentioned earlier, I might have hinted at it, about people saying problem, how we should be pliant. Because, man, how can you have anybody, I said, no, I can't let, how can you have any people help me with the medicines? Why are you restricting people, right? I said, because I'm doing them a favor. Because they get in here and mess with this, this is what they're going to be doing themselves, because they don't know what they're playing with. I said, just leave it alone. It tells you right here, if you mess with it anyway. See? It says, if anyone should take off the words of the little book, and the word of the prophecies will take off the God and the part, and just he'll be thrown out when you allowed into the hereafter. That's one of the last things they say in the angel. They're not playing. I keep telling people, man, you can't go out and say anything. You can't be out just repeating and just saying this and that, because all you do is hurting yourself. You're destroying you actually literally destroying yourself. And you wouldn't be doing that if you upload and you activate the angel altogether anyway. You wouldn't even be doing that, because then you wouldn't be making those mistakes. And then get to the English language. Let me talk about it a little bit. An English language, remember, Adam, everything about Adam was destroy us. That whole English language is destructive to us by definition itself. And speaking it, the speaking the English language is against us. We don't realize that. We don't realize it. Just speaking it is bad for us. Because the English language is one of the things you can take all kinds of ways. What do it mean? I ain't got nothing. That means you got something. This is the word about T-O-O. People don't understand when you say two, you mean you're saying the same thing as bad. There may be special cases you don't, but most times say he's too good. That means he's bad. See how that makes sense? Hey, he's too good. That means he's bad. You don't see it that way. She's too beautiful. That means she's bad. There's something wrong with it. It's too much. Anything that's too much means it's bad by definition, isn't it? We say, well, too much money. Well, same thing when you analyze it. Which means you got too much money. Right? He's too short. If you don't notice that. And the thing is, I used to be amazed because I used to, back in the day, right? Especially when I first got into, before the angel actually, and initially for a while, right? On Sunday morning shows, Sunday morning, I used to watch all the Sunday morning shows, like Face the Nation and whatever, all those things, right? And it was amazing to me how the devils be on there and they be talking to black folks, or talking about black folks, they be putting them down, solidly putting them down, and the black folks didn't catch it. I said, wait, don't you understand he's putting you down? With language. Because most of us don't understand even English language. We think we speak it, we don't speak it. And they speak on a level you understand, they be putting you down. See, when I was had my own business where I had to deal with these people, contracts when I get there, and they would come at me and, hey, I shut them down. And after a while, they stopped doing that. Once they knew me, because they knew, and they come and tell me, hey man, especially foreigners, man, you different. You different. I said, why y'all? I didn't ask them, but I knew, because they can pull that shit over on me. Because I was very. I guess that's part of the reason why I got this. Because I was always good in English. I was good in math and good in English. Good in language, I guess language. I guess it's just language because when I took Spanish in high school I was there for 1 year, right? I was really good at it. And the teacher, Caggiano, that was her name, Miss Caggiano. I remember that. Young devil. She pleaded me to stay in high school. She pleaded me, because man, you good, because you're Spanish, my Spanish teacher. She pleaded with me. I said, no, I'm out of here. You good with this Spanish. So I guess I'm just good with language. I picked it up real fast. But I was good at English. Right? And like I don't have any degrees. I ain't finished high school. I ain't finished the freshman year. I taught myself just about everything I know. They said he would be self-taught. Master Muhammad was not self-taught, Ishmael. So his father taught him. Pharaoh can't self-taught either. But whatever he got, he's bullshit. I taught myself. I learned early. I said, hey, I saw a teacher reading a book. I said, hell, I can read a book. I was into that. I started going to Steve. And then I wanted to learn what I wanted to learn. I mean, I learned about genetics actually before I even got to high school. I used to go to the library all the time. I studied genetics, man, what's that? I found out right there before I even high school. And it was telling you right in the book right there that we had superior genes. It was telling, those books are gone now. See, because they put those books because they know we was too damn stupid to read those books. If you go back in the 60s, if you got libraries back there, you found a lot of stuff was in the books, they ain't there no more. Because you know we wasn't going to read those books. They was reading them. You don't find those books anymore. And if they write them, they write it a whole different way. Because at that time, it was very clear. We had superior genes. It's right there, clear. Called dominant and recessive. They had recessive genes. That's why I made Elijah anything I get there. So when he said, ring the bell, because that's what the books were saying. So, I lost my train of thought there. Let me move on, brothers and sisters. I got a lot to cover anyway. Oh, no, I was talking about, okay, no, deal with this English thing. Because the angel is precise, that's why I tell them mess with any word, and this is the English translation. And the angel was designed, that's another thing, I go into a lot of stuff. When they revealed the book, remember the book was written in English, because at the time, 2,000 years ago, there was no such thing as English. You know that, did you? I think it's called the Tartars. I forget the word term they used to it's a word they used that preceded English, because English is really a bastard language picked up from German, Spanish, and everything else. So the book was revealed by Prophet Jesus, right, in Aramaic. They tell you it's Greek. No, it was not revealed in Greek. Aramaic. What's Aramaic? It's a sister language to Arabic. Only way you say God in Aramaic is Allah. That's why they don't want to use the Aramaic translations, because where Allah is in there. So the trick was they said, okay, they converted to Greek. And they tried to ask the original, but Jesus didn't speak Greek. The book was revealed in Aramaic. So that's another thing you didn't know about. And you read Aramaic translation, it says Allah in there. They say God. That's why they don't translate the name God, except the Jehovah's Witnesses do it. And that was their trick. They say, okay, we're going to say it was translated to Greek, and then they come to this thing Jehovah. That's a whole other story. I'm not going to that right now. Because they only know, there's no such name as Jehovah. That's the name they made up. I can explain it to you, but I'm not going right now. So the book was meant to be revealed. Like I said, Aramaic is sister language Arabic. If you can speak Aramaic, you should be able to speak Arabic, basic Arabic, right? But the book was written in a way, right? Because it knew that we would be speaking English. So it took that in consideration. So when it translated, right, it'd be translated just right. Right? The way it needed to be translated, because when you see it in English, right, that's the way they intended the form us to get it in. That's the correct form. They anticipate that because they know. So they say, well, this bad translation should be in Aramaic. No, but if you get the Aramaic translation, you're going to have problems because that's not the translation they intended to be. English is, they say, okay, they're going to do this and this product. Remember, they wrote, computer generated this. Okay, that's maybe too deep for you, but that's the translation. the way intended for us to receive it. But see, this is trying to get you to start, because most of our people don't even speak, I don't know if there's such thing as proper English. They don't even speak that. First of all, 40 years, they wouldn't let you speak at all. And we speak now is all corrupt and everything else. And I have a hard time speaking with my people because what they do, is you got to be precise language. This is once you use precise language, and then when you get home, like Christ says, no one will be allowed to speak. Allow no one to speak. I get the chronic verse, but those speak will speak aright. Because we're going to talk about mathematics, on level of mathematics, everything's mathematics, but we're going to be consciously on that level. No emotional. Yeah, our sisters are a little more emotional, but they're going to be above that. They're going to still have emotions, but it's going to be a higher level. We have emotions too. Just they're a little more than us, so we need them a little more than us, right? Because they ain't take our dumb asses while we sit around here booping and peeing ourselves, putting diapers, because you know how we are. Can you tell baby shut up? Mom runs in. Can't you be quiet in the morning? You know how we are. Well, we won't be like that in the hereafter, but that's where we are right now. If it's up to us, we had I told you, sisters saved our nation, and they're going to get rewarded for it. And I don't give a damn what anybody says about that. They saved our nation. If you love this nation, you appreciate it. There's no God, no angel. Master Rama wasn't here back during the Holocaust. The sisters saved our nation. Period. And if anybody want to challenge that, come on. Tell me different. So language. So you got to speak, right? Because this is preparing you to start speaking. Because right now you're careless with your words. I mean, this things are messed up, but you don't have to be careless with your words. So that's like an exercise you got to start because you're careless with your words, and his language allows you to be careless with your words. Let me move on. I got to say a lot about that too. I'm not going to get through all that I was saying. So this is what I was saying. I am bearing witness. Everyone that hearing the words of prophecy, this little book, everyone should impose upon them, impose the God upon them, the place have been written in a little book. This. Don't mess with this book. I tell people, I stop and say, no, don't mess with it no more. Just stay away from it. Because all you're going to do is hurt yourself. Right? Because you're repeating stuff, you're not repeating stuff correctly, right? You're parroting, right? And everything, you're having uploaded. So all nobody can protect you from consequence. You can dam it up, but damn gonna break sooner or later. If anyone should take off the words of the little book, this prophet will take off the guard apart him to the word of life out of the sea of holy, have been written in a little book this. Move on. Oh boy. Okay, let me talk about something else. Maybe tomorrow I'll follow up if I need to. I don't know. I can't get any valid, viable feedback. No, because when I ask people, they say, "Yeah, I understand." Then you ask me a question, I don't understand. And that's one thing I just had problem with family members. I ain't gonna say who. I understand. I said, "No, do you understand what?" See, there we go, that damn language. Do you understand what you just said? See, you gotta use the same damn word, and it's stupid. Understand it means something totally different. We understand something that means, it's more than just see. Cause they mean, here we go, see and all this. Well, you mean you really got the essence of it. I put that away, and that's really not right. So, no, because then you ask them a question, like you say, do you understand? You understand how much 5 plus 3? Yeah, I understand 5 plus 3 is 8. Yeah. Well, how much 3 plus 8? They don't understand. They memorized. That's my idea. They don't understand. Because they understand no matter how it comes back at you, you got it. See? If you understand add, okay, How much 5 plus 3? 8. How much 3 plus how much 3 plus 5? 8. How much 5 plus 3? 8. How much 2 plus 6? 8. Right? How much 7 plus 1? 8. How much is 16 divided by 2? See? Because you don't understand the whole, you understand some of the process. You understand the whole process. That get back to Angel again, right? Okay, you say you understand math. Okay, you know adding, but what happened? What happens when you get the multiplication? And that's another problem with Angel, because you get in there and you're memorizing stuff, and you say, "Okay, this," and then somebody come at you a different way. You don't get it because you don't upload the whole damn thing. Because in Angel, you got add, subtraction, division, integrals, derivatives. You got trigonometric, all that stuff is in there. I told you it's a mathematical book, and I keep showing you the different math stuff, right? Showing that it's there. Pressure, it's all there. If you understand pressure, you can understand a lot of Angels just from understanding pressure. I told you it's a mathematical book, so you got this little bit here, then you can't cross it, so you get stuff all messed up. You get wrong answers, which is you got to pay a consequence for that. Let's look at this quickly. King, president. They have president, but the Bible talks about kings. So God now, he says he wants kings. He said, Master Muhammad's going to be your king. He can say you're president. You ain't going to vote for him. He's going to be your king. Democracy, authoritarian. All of them, they're authoritarians. So your kings are authoritarian. But so is your body, because your brain determines what your body is going to do. If your body starts telling what your brain is going to do, you know you're going to be dead. You're going to be in diabetes. You're going to be in hospital. Your head going to be tore up your doctor's ass. If your body practice democracy. See? So it's authoritarian because your brain said, okay, this is what we need to be doing. And your body responds, your brain takes care of your body takes care of your brain. Everything works right. That's the way the creation works. Democracy is outside of creation. President's out. You don't see nothing in the creation that corresponds to president and democracy. What about scripture? Okay, they want to tell you, like, crown is that's it. There ain't no other revelation, static. Same thing with all these other books, right? How many new Hindu books are there? Bhagavad Gita. But it's dynamic. I keep telling you, every season you get news. But the crown, no, man, you got to hold 1,500 years ago. That season's past. That's why they're not successful. They can't see that. They're successful for that season. They're not successful now because that season is past. They're trying to bring the season back. Capitalism, greed, taking for yourself. But zakat is what we believe in. Giving. We're going to be giving. That's what Quran teaches. Give, right? Right? Think about that, right? You need a house up here, everybody, family, hey, let's build them a house, right? You need a house there, everybody build your house. Is that making profit, working people? Everybody's giving. You need food, hey man, let's give them some food. They'll give them some, everybody's giving. See, I thought I'd make it clear for you. There's capital, I'm gonna get mine, my profit. Zakat. See, you got God's kingdom and you got Satan's kingdom. When I say God, you're talking about our kingdom and Satan's kingdom. And they hate God's kingdom. That's why the nations gather together to make war, make war against God. I'm trying to show you how they're doing it. And they right now, they got your mind and most of our people's mind, God's mind, the devil's mind. I'm a Democrat. I'm gonna get my own business, right? I'm not saying anything against business. I have right. I'm saying, but business for, right? Well, let me shut up. I'm gonna get myself in trouble here, right? Got to put it in context, right? What he was doing, he was trying to do for self here, not depend upon the devils. We won't have any business when we get home. Let me clear it up. We won't have any businesses. Business for capital, we don't have that. There won't be any stores and all that kind of stuff. Farmers go out there, the people want to farm, they farm. That's what they like to do. You're going to work harder than you ever worked in your life when you get home, because you have so much energy doing what you want to do, what you like to do. If you're a musician, you're going to be working 24/7, be a musician. Nobody can tell you what to do. But they will have supervisors, but they won't be called supervisors, called coordinators. There's a difference between a supervisor and a coordinator. Supervisor means super over you. He got supervision. That's what he call it. He got supervisor, like a manager. You look at these words. Coordinator. Because you say, okay, you got all this different music, but somebody coordinated. Okay, how you put this together? Okay, you got this lyrics and you got this coordinators. That's not a supervisor. You have coordinators. It's like a farm. Okay, let's coordinate so we get these type of crops. And the people, we like this kind of food right here during the season. So let's work on this coordinators. Right? Because some people are better coordinating. I mean, okay, you just want to, all you want to do is go out and then plant. So the guy said, okay, let's get together and coordinate. So you plant this and then plant whatever. Nobody's going to tell you what to do. Nobody's controlling anybody. Got time for that. That's dumb stuff anyway. Coordinators. Won't be any business. So they farm all that food right there. And then after times, harvest season, right? Food's out there, right? You go to the farm, hey man, what you got? Help yourself. Help yourself. See? And you engineer, right? I see you next month, man. Next month, hey man, I'm thinking about and a few more rooms in my mansion. Oh, no problem. I'll be in a second. Just let me finish this thing up over here. That's a whole different world. So God, hush, one body. But capitalism ain't about that. Capitalism getting for me, greed, profit, at your expense. Because if they paid you what you was worth, there wouldn't be a profit, would there? That means they have to exploit you. They have to pay you less than what you're worth to make a profit, by definition. See what I'm saying? But they got you on that. That's American dream stuff. They got you in there. So they got you. You're already warring against God mentally right now. You don't even get it, did you? They got our people warring. They beating themselves. That's part of beating themselves. They're beating their own damn kingdom. I don't want no king. I don't want no tell me what to do. I want to vote. See, did you look at it like that? When he said he was beating himself. How was he beating himself? He just punched himself in the face. He's fighting against his own kingdom. Master Muhammad's not going to sit and tell you what to do. He's like I said, he's a coordinator. Right? Keep everything in check. Administrator. It's like if you got a highway, right? Where you got to put street lights so everybody don't run into each other. Coordinate. You need to coordinate so everybody know where everything is. He's not going to be telling you what to do. He wants his own life. You think going to sit, that's where he's going to 24/7. Oh, I got to tell people what to do. You think he don't want his own life? Right? Authoritarian. Everybody. Are we going to vote? Well, authoritarian, no. That's part of being a coordinator. Right? This is what the nation needs. Somebody has to know what the body needs and tell everybody else this is what we need. That's authoritarian. Somebody has to know what the body needs. Like right now, your brain says, okay, we need to eat more carrots. Or we need to exercise. That's what the body needs. That's authoritarian. Because you're looking out for the body. The whole body benefits from that, doesn't it? Or you have democracy, man, I don't feel like going to bed. I don't feel like exercising today. I don't feel like fasting. I want to eat some pork. And that's democracy. The body, everybody want to do his thing. Man, I don't feel like exercising, man. My legs say, I don't feel like running, right? I'm saying, man, I don't feel like lifting anything, right? I said, I don't feel like reading. It's chaotic. You understand what I'm saying? And then scripture. Your scripture's out of date. How's it going to do you? Okay, grab the Quran. How come you don't see on the internet anywhere the Quran explaining what's going on right now? Wait a minute, the Quran is, everything. How come you don't see on the internet right now the Quran explaining anything what's going on? In fact, someone's saying, where's Allah? Wait, what you need Allah for? You got the Quran. That's our system. And right now, you're at war with God. You're at war with God. Because you want that other thing. You want the prayer. You want the vote. You want to hold on to ancient scripture. Right? You want to capitalize your business so you can exploit people, hire people and make money off of them. You want democracy. You want to tell who's going to run this thing. I'm going to close out in a minute, brothers and sisters. Okay, look at this one here. I am come to send fire on the earth. Now, what this is referring to right now in the news, Trump, he's going to make peace with Russia. Ain't going to happen. Like I told you, JCPOA, I told you that wouldn't happen either. Right? It ain't going to happen. So I'm going to explain to you. Right? And before I finish, I'm going to show you, I'm going to conclude my timeline. I'm going to play it again, tell you exactly how it's going to happen. That's prophecy. I am come to send fire on earth, and what will I, if it be already kindled, but have a baptism to be baptized with, and how I am straitened till it be accomplished. Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth? You think I come to send peace on earth? That's what you think? No, I tell you, nay. But rather division. I ain't come to bring peace. They tell me, Jesus. No, I said I come to bring division. For from henceforth there'll be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2 and 2 against 3. 5, 2 against 3 and 3 against 2. Wait a minute, house divided, wait a minute. Be 3 against 2 and 2 against 3. I'm going to explain that in a minute, right? The father shall be divided against the son against the father, mother against the daughter, and daughter against the mother, mother-in-law against her daughter, and her in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. Let's see if we can go ahead and figure this out. See, you need an angel for this. That perfect matrix. Well, I'm not going to say it's perfect because it's a complicated, we're going to get more complicated matrices. But actually, see, the scriptures after angel, right, will be even more powerful. Because the season can change, you get more complex, right? See? But it'll be a different dynamic because this one was sealed for a particular reason. We'll have to seal it, won't be sealed any more sealed books after this one. And see here, an angel key. This represents a mother. America represents a mother. Britain represents the father. That's the angel key. Once you understand angel key, you understand what they're saying here. Because for Africa, they was talking about this last Sunday. Oh man, she's gonna be really bad. Mother's gonna be against mother, mother's gonna be against daughter. They see it. That's what they see it. Like personal, like a family. Anyway, they're talking about. Because they're stupid. They're still seeing the world through the sealed Bible. And that's the only way they're gonna see it. Until they don't see it all, which will be soon. And then the daughter, right, that represents Russia. And son represents EU. So they say mother against daughter, that means American. I told you this years ago before they had the conflict with Russia. Years before it. If you go back more than 5, 6, 7 years, well, they got rid of my platform on one of them. But I got the backups. The problem is the backups don't have a time stamp on it. Anyway, I've been talking this for years. I've been talking this for over 20 years. I don't know how long. Anyway, I told you what this meant. Mother against daughter, that means America will be against Russia, and that's what you have right now. And that's what, it's going to get worse. That's just saying. Trump is not going to make peace with Russia. Ain't going to happen. Because that's what's happening, right? This already started. So he says, from henceforth shall be 5 in one house and 3 in another. So what's 5? Okay, 5 in one house and 3 in the other. What's that? Okay. 5 in one house and 3 in another. And 2 against, and how he says 5 in one house, 5 in one house divided. Okay, I said it wrong. 3 against 2 and 2 against 3. So it'd be 5 altogether. Who is the 5 you're talking about? See? Okay. It already tell you the 5 is mother, father, daughter, son, and daughter-in-law. Daughter-in-law is that green one right there. That's 5. And it said it'd be 2, right? 2 against, right? 2 against 3, and 3 against 2, and 2 against 3, right? So it'd be American Britain against everybody else. Everybody was against American Britain. And you said right now, because have you noticed all of a sudden, in the last few days, all of a sudden EU and America's in trouble? They was like hand in glove, right? And all of a sudden, there's friction between the two. That's what it says right here. Remember Brexit? Britain broke away from EU? I'm not making this up, right? Okay. So it says, and mother against, so it says mother against daughter. So you see it right going right now. Father against son. You already got that because Britain broke away from the EU, right? And then it says mother-in-law against daughter-in-law. Now daughter-in-law represents demons. We know it's going to be a demon war. America's going to be, and we know once the pregnancy happens, America taxes it. See? And they'll be against each other, be fighting against each other. See? And that's the 3, right? So in other words, when Armageddon rolls in, right? It'd be Russia, right? Against, Russia against Russia, the EU, and the demons against America. And Britain too, really. As I said, 3 against 2 and 2 against 3. Now we know that when Armageddon happens, I explained that to you. I said that Europe is going to betray America. They're going to help, they're going to work with Russia. Right? And then over here, that's over there in Europe, but over here, America's will be attacked by the demons. It's right there. Move on, brothers and sisters. Right? I think this. I'm sure this is still on my other platform. But I had a lot of it on the other one. But on the other platform, it's there. I'm sure it's there. I talked about this a couple of years ago. In fact, maybe it's a year or so ago. And now all of a sudden, you see Europe and America's friction because of Trump. Okay, let me see. America's a world dictator. Oh, they hate dictators, but America's a dictator of the world. They dictate all the world. You do what America say, do it, they bomb your ass. They shove you behind like Dick Gaddafi or hang you like did Saddam. But counterfeit power, I'm explaining that a little bit because they have no power. It's counterfeit power. It says this day will come on them. It says they won't understand. It'll be a trick. They'll be tricked. They'll be, right? They won't see it coming. It'll be a trap. The trap is already set. That's what I've been talking about yesterday. So they can't get out. They can't recover fast enough. The counterfeit power. What does that mean? I'm going to speak this briefly, brothers and sisters. Counterfeit power. Some say this is black. See, I give you an example. I said this is not exact math. It's just a general to get the idea. Say it's white folks and black folks, and both are equal in power, both are iron, right? So if they go like that there, that means how can they do that unless this submits? But if this submits, that means it puts it under intense pressure, which of course will transfer the diamonds, right? But wait a minute, hold it, previous that, do that. Okay, I should have changed that anyway. I should have did something. Okay. But when you take, and say you take a balloon and it has much air in it, if you put the pressure decreases if you put it in a bigger room. If you got the same amount of air, but you put in a big room, the pressure decreases. If you put in a smaller room, the pressure increases because you're putting more together, but you spread out. So pressure increases. That pressure, I should change that from iron to brass, because when they do that, they turn to brass, right? But we turn to diamonds. In fact, let me do that right now, and then close out. Do it right now, just close out, brothers and sisters. Run this because I thought I fixed that, I didn't. Okay, here. I'll leave it there, that's good enough. Okay, what's happening here? Iron. Okay, I did it there. Okay, that's just the error. So if you think of this as gas, because somebody said, well, how can you, is it metal? How can, no, I'm saying, I'm just showing, right? I'm just showing that it changed structure. So if it helps you think of it as a gas, the iron is a gas, iron gas, think of it like that there. If you think, that helps you understand, to think in terms of pressure. Oops. So we transform, they transform down, and we transform up. Because they have less pressure now. Because they put in a bigger space. They expand themselves to bigger space, right? But the material they have in is not more, so now you put air in a bigger space, it becomes less pressure, right? So the structure changes, right, in this case. So we become diamonds, we have to submit to let that happen, otherwise they couldn't because we got the same amount of force, right? That's why we told submit. Move on. Okay. So hard cost, here's another, right? Force divided by space equals pressure. That's the equation. You don't like my, you don't believe it? Go try to check it out. So both are iron, right? So equal. So right now, say both of us have the same amount of. Say if the unit of force, each has the same amount of force. Force divided by space, we have the same amount of force, right? And it has the same amount of space. 1,000 units of force, 1,000 units of cubic space each. So that means 1 unit of pressure. That's how much each one has. This has 1 unit of pressure, this has 1 unit of pressure. So what happens is that, okay, say we're Jacob and say they're Adam. Okay, so they increase their space from 1,000 to 1,500. But they don't have any more air, it's still the same amount. So so what? Their pressure went down to 2/3. It was 1 down 2/3. But our space, we have less space now, so we put the same amount of air in less space. So our pressure went up to 2. So they went down, brass got weaker, and we went stronger. Steel was stronger than iron. Transformed. Same thing here. So now they've downgraded even more to tin, got more space. And cobalt, I believe cobalt is stronger than steel. I haven't checked it out, but I think so. So now we got greater structure. So our structure pressed up to 4 points. It's only going to happen if we submit, because we have enough pressure to keep this from happening, but we have to submit. That's why the angels told us to submit, because that transformation is going to make you better, going to change you from angels to gods. Let's make men our likeness and our image. That's the process take to do it, whether you like it or not. That's the process. And so they're under 1/2 pressure. As long as we submit, they can keep doing it. So now they're down to 1/3. We up to 20. We turn to diamonds. Right? So you go to a lot of intense pressure. It's hard cost. But they still think they still. Even though they glass now, they still think they still. So then, boom, what happened? Now the dam breaks, and we submit long as we had the power to push them back. So when we stop submitting, we push them back. All of a sudden, right? See? They're glass at that point. And glass shatters because they have to, Glass shatters, because remember, they transformed, but it's a 500-year period. So it took them 100 years to transform from steel to iron, 100 years from iron to brass, right? And so now they're in the form of glass, but they still sell tickets. So everybody's doing what they tell them to do, and y'all didn't do it, so everybody's smitten. See, right? So they think they're still. They still think they're still. Because everybody's bowing down. That's what it says. The nation's going to trap you. They'll put a hook in your jaw, trap you. So you still think you're steel, but now you're glass. And you can't transform back fast enough, back to steel. So if we push on you now, glass shatters. Because that's the structure you got now. You're low structure. Because you took all this space up. America's all over the world. See? They think, they don't understand when you do that, your pressure drops. They extend themselves. They understand when your pressure drops. And so now, and that means a transformation. So they transform into glass. But they still think, hey man, see how powerful is Trump selling wolf tickets out there? That's what it says. He was a goddamn thing, because they glass. So now the dam breaks and we push. And what happens? We come in contact with glass, not steel. And it cracks in pieces. Breaks into pieces. See? That's about to happen. Okay? Okay, I talked about this yesterday, I'm gonna move on. Well, let me speak something, okay. Let me take a second, get a short graphic about it. It's better to explain this way. Better explain it this way. Then I'm gonna close out. Okay. Excuse me for a second here. What's going on here? Do it this way. One more second, brothers and sisters. So I'm gonna close after this because I'm gonna pick up tomorrow probably. Okay, so I'm gonna see. Oops. No. One, two, three, 4, 5. Okay. One more. What's going on here? Oh boy. 1 second here. Oh boy, this computer is decided to go crazy. Okay, that'll work. Okay, do it this way, it's a bit easier. There's no second balance, this is almost there. Oh, so, oh man, I'm gonna do that. Almost there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I'm not gonna make it, but anyway. There's one more here. Okay, that should work. Okay. One more second here, see. And that'll be, okay. There you go. Okay, I'm gonna do this and then I'm gonna close. One more second. Okay, brown scissors. Okay, let's see. It's gonna work. Oh, what's happening here? Okay. Let me check one. I want this happy problem here. No, it's good. Okay, this is what I want to show you, brothers and sisters. It says all mathematics. I'm just a simpler way of looking at it. See 12 there? 12. 6 plus 6 equals 12. Right? 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 12. 3 plus 3 plus so forth, so on, right? Okay. So say that's pressure. That's your well, not pressure, but your structure. So your structure, you got structure all the way at 12. Your structure's 12. But let's say the 6 their structure is 6. So it takes 2 equal you, but 6, right? So the concept I put this in is like when you go to Holocaust, that caused our structure to go up to 12. Take that pressure caused our structure to achieve a structure of 12. The other people, they went through different levels of oppression, but not the Holocaust, right? So right there, so some people like Esau, for instance, right? They was oppressed too, but not like the Holocaust. So the pressure forced them to transform to 6s. We transform out of 12. They formed as 6s. So then you go down the next round here, and you got some people, they transformed as much as we did. They transformed as much as Esau, because the so-called black people, they suffer more than anybody else, right? Then the brown people, the Indians, right? They went under pressure. They transformed to 4. So if you're at 12, that means we can defeat 2 6s. Take 2 6s to defeat us, because that's structure level. That gets more. That's what the Quran talking about. One can destroy 1,000. What kind of stuff? They talking about this kind of math here. One can defeat 1,000. One can defeat 100. So in this case, it's just basic, right? So one of us can defeat 2 Esau, because 6 plus 6 equals 12. Same thing. Indians, Ishmael, right? 3 of them. And you go down, right, to the Orientals maybe, or whatever. But then you get out to the devils, right? And their structure 1. They got a real low structure. We can feed 12 of them, right? Okay. But now the time I'm pressing trouble come, right? Say 12 is the maximum pressure that the universe can generate, right? So by going to the Holocaust, then we can withstand any pressure. We can't be crushed by the universe. Cannot be crushed by it. Okay? So when the pressure starts increasing, because now the universe is contracting, right? The first ones crush the devils. They want structure. They boom. And then the Orientals. Then the Africans. Not the Africans, I mean Asians, right? You understand what I'm saying? I'm just giving an idea here. I'm showing you a mathematical way of looking at this. See? So when the pressure increases, eventually, right? Now remember, when they're gone, well, they can survive that pressure. You see? And then when they go, the next level can fly that pressure. They overcome them. And that's what you see it in Daniel. You see the lowest ones go first, and next one, and then finally the final war between us and Esau. So I thought I'd put that out there like that. I think it'd be better if I said it visually. See, that's just math again, and it's a simple way to show that. Okay, let me close out, bro. Since I'm gonna close out here. I'm not positive energy, negative energy. If I need to, I'll follow up with this rest of this tomorrow. I'm gonna play this and I'm gonna close out. See how people are angry now. They get energized because their nature is conflicting. The nature is conflicting with their mind. See, because now they got energy, the nature's starting to develop. So our natures, when energy deprivation, also cause our natures to be suppressed. You understand? Our natures be suppressed because we don't have that much energy. And so therefore they can install the energy, that devil, that sealed Bible mind on us. But now you energize your nature, right? Starts getting stronger. I mean, your nature, that's your nature. But your nature is deprived, then you don't even know who you are. You acting like somebody else because you don't know. Because you have the energy, right? The source to fuel your nature. Maybe I should need to talk about that a little more too, right? So your nature becomes deficient, right? So now nature's starting to, right? Because like I try to explain to you, if you see the man in Mark, how did he recognize the Son of Man? He didn't recognize it by his mind. He didn't have his mind. He recognized it by his nature. Because his nature was strong enough, right? Strong enough force, he knew something was wrong. Because he knew something was wrong with his mind, because there was a conflict between his mind and his nature. He was beating himself up, he knew something was wrong. There was a conflict between his mind and his nature. And he recognized through his nature, and he ran and got rid of his damn mind and got his real mind. Yeah, I know you didn't read that to the story either. That's why people getting. That's why you see a lot of calamity stuff happening around you. Aside from the fact that they got bad luck and none of this stuff works, because none of the stuff in the winter works in the summer. Snowman, all the snow melts, igloos melt, snowmobiles melt. None of that stuff works anymore. It means nothing working, because now you're going to spring. And so I said, do it connect to the atmosphere and to the weather, so they have bad weather all over the place amongst them. You hardly hear anybody, black folks, unless they're demons, being harmed by the weather. See, so people getting angry. And they're about to get their mind back. When they get their mind back, what you think's gonna happen? So now people start getting angry. But they don't know. They anger is against themselves because they had the wrong mind. Understand? That's about to change in a minute, heartbeat. Like father, like son. Farrakhan is a product of his father raping his mama. His father's the devil, he's the devil. You don't get around that. Clown, they can say what they want to say. That's not biological fact. There he is. Now he's raping the NOI. He just a damn thing to me. Okay, bro, so I'm gonna play this, let it run, and then I'm close out. Assalamu alaikum.
36. Then he left the crowds and went into the house. And his disciples came to him and said, Explain to us the parable of the weeds of the field. 37. And he said, The one who sows the good seed is the Son of Man. 38. And the field is the world, and as for the good seed, these are the sons of the kingdom, and the weeds are the sons of the evil one. 39. And the enemy who sowed them is the devil, and the harvest is the end of the age, and the reapers are angels. 40. So just as the weeds are gathered up and burned with fire, so shall it be at the end of the age. 41. The Son of Man will send forth his angels, and they will gather out of his kingdom all stumbling blocks, and those who commit lawlessness. 42. And they will throw them into the furnace of fire. In that place there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. 43. Then the righteous will shine forth like the sun in the kingdom of their Father. The one who has ears, let him hear.